Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podcast Nation. My name is Braxton Manning, and this is another
In
in
butt
between.
wiener.
You didn't even let me say it.
In
In
butt
be-
wiener. If I gotta keep the streak going, every in betweener episode I call it an in butt wiener.
in between your episode. So yeah. Also, this is a history-making episode that we hope we never have to do again.
I'm bombing Paris.
No, it is only me and Lucas, or Lucas and I. Whatever. English doesn't even matter anymore. It's Podcast Nation. What do you expect? But it's me and Lucas. Everyone else is either busy or busy or busy. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Um, with a lot of stuff has happened, but first, I'm gonna ask Lucas, "How you doing, buddy? You doing good?"
I'm doing good. Yes, I'm doing good. I'm doing excellent.
Nice. I was gonna say
Yeah.
we just saw each other 2 days ago.
No, I'm blind. I didn't see shit.
And I'm the one with the glasses, so yeah, we over the weekend, the band I'm a part of, Stit, we had a gig, and instead of paying us, they gave us free camping. So that happened. I camped all weekend, and it rained Sunday night into all day Sunday. So it was pretty miserable, but like it wasn't horrible. But Lucas does have a story. But first of all, I want to preface this by starting at the very beginning. This is also where it happens to just start raining too.
hmm
Uh, when Ray and I, or not Ray and I, well, technically Ray was there. When Ethan and I were walking Ray, which is Ethan's girlfriend, and her parents back to her car because they were just stopping by the campsite to hang out after the gig for a little bit. When we walked over there, Chris and Matthew were actually leaving, and your truck was covered in caution tape.
hmm
So I just wanted to let you know that it was Chris and Matthew, and
yeah, I knew. I knew
yeah,
it was them.
Ethan and I literally pulled up there just in time to see them leaving from the crime scene.
hmm
But kind of pick up from there with your story, kind of.
All right. So there I was at the campsite. I was talking with Sebastian and Sebastian's parents and Bobby and all of them there at the campsite. Just talking, having fun, getting it set up and ready for the night. Oh, previously, what like while you guys were tearing down from the show, though, when I walked out to my truck, I uh, I grabbed a bumper sticker and slapped it on the back of your car. And it was I love getting pegged or something like that. So it that sticker was on there for the longest, and I'm surprised you didn't notice it at any point in time during the night.
I had just played a gig. I was not thinking about anything except getting back to the campsite and relaxing.
Huh? There seems to be a bumper sticker on my car. Must have been the wind.
I didn't see it. I honestly didn't.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I figured you would have seen it a lot sooner. Because my hope was like I would just slap the one on, and you'd think, oh, it's just the one, and then
Just
so
the
it's like
one.
yeah, you'd think it's just one bumper sticker, rip it off and think, oh, ha ha, funny. There's not going to be any more of them. Well, you didn't see it the entire night, so I was like, even better. So,
Even better. Yay! Oh,
yeah.
joy!
So the night goes on. We're all talking, having fun, laughing, touching Sebastian. Um, well, the night goes on. It gets to be about midnight, and it's been raining since like 9 o'clock. It's
I
been
want to say
raining
I
all
want to say
week.
something real quick. I fell asleep at 10:30, so I've
Yeah.
been asleep for like an hour and a half, 2 hour. Really? No, just an hour and a half. Hour and a half. I can do math. Yeah, I've been asleep for about an hour and a
That's
half.
debatable.
I know.
That's debatable. Hung out in the math teacher's room all throughout middle school and high school. Never picked up an ounce of math.
I mean, you're not
No,
wrong.
but hello?
I'm here.
Hello? Okay,
Oh.
I was gonna say you were bugging on my screen for a little bit there,
Oh.
so I just want to make sure. Anyways,
Huh.
yeah, it gets to be about midnight. Everyone else is tired. I'm not tired though, or at least I'm not too tired, so tired enough to fall asleep. So I was like, it's wet, soggy out. Uh, I guess I'll just head home because it's like I'm not very tired. I don't want to keep anyone else up. I don't want to annoy anyone else by staying up and scrolling through my phone or something. So I'll just go home. It's soggy anyways, so no harm, no foul. Well, I exit the tent and I have my pillow and sleeping bag and a little plushie that I brought with me just because I wanted to show Christian it. But I'm walking back with a pillow plushie in one arm and a sleeping bag over the shoulder in my other arm.
In the rain. It's
In in the rain, in the middle of the night, without a flashlight. So the only light that I have to illuminate my walk is the fucking Halloween decoration
oh my
lights
gosh. And there were
from
so many
other
missing.
campers.
There were I will say the first night was a lot brighter. A lot of people had taken their decorations down, I think because of the weather. And because I remember walking back with Ethan when we were taking Ray, well, it was a lot darker because a lot of the decorations and lights weren't up. So,
I think it
yeah.
might have also been darker because there were kind of clouds in the sky, so the moon wasn't shining too. So,
Well, so the moon wasn't really shining the night before either.
so I want to say it's what, maybe a quarter mile walk from the tent to the parking.
It's that's got to be like a half of a mile. That
Half
it's a
mile.
it's a
It
heck
didn't
of a
feel
walk.
it didn't feel like one when I was walking, but I don't know. But I'm walking back and like there are very few Halloween decorations out, probably because of the weather, like you said. And so I'm walking just in the dark with a fucking sleeping bag pillow and like I got a pocket knife on me and that's it. But as I'm walking, I'm just kind of thinking to myself, man, today was fun. That was a lot of fun. Then at one point, I'm walking past like this one of the decorations, and I hear what sounds like footsteps running up behind me. I turn around, no one's there, and nothing's there. So like my immediate thought is someone's running up from behind the decorations to try and like scare me or hurt me or something. So I immediately turn and reach for my like pocket knife immediately, and it's just nothing there. So at that point, I'm just like, oh great, I'm going to become a fucking statistic. I'm going to become a missing person statistic. Wandered off in the woods in the middle of the night with nobody knowing my whereabouts. I'm dead. I'm going to be an
Dead.
urban legend. This
Lucas,
is
the one who went missing.
I am an urban legend in the making. I am becoming a statistic. So
That's hilarious.
I walk past like all the campers and stuff, and you know like the little like firewood cabin.
Oh yeah, the DNR shed. Yeah.
Yeah, that the DNR shed. Past that point, there's no Halloween decorations up,
And saying
and
there's
there
no
is also no street lights.
yeah, there's
So
no street lights
it's
to that
about like
parking
an
lot.
eighth of a. I want to say about an eighth of a mile. I don't really know how to put it in the perspective of feet, but it's about like an eighth of a mile stretch of just complete pitch black darkness with the only guiding light being just one street lamp over the parking lot. So that's the only reason why I know which direction to go
It's
to.
got to be about from the DNR shed to the parking lot. It's got to be almost a football field.
Yeah, it's a good like 100 yards
Yeah,
probably.
it was a bit of
So
a distance.
and I'm just walking that. that with absolutely no light, my only guiding light is literally the light at the parking lot. There's nothing. I don't use my phone because I'm like, I'm going to, because it's like my phone's low. My truck cord for my phone, like the charging cord for my phone's like 50-50 on if it works or if it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure I have as much battery as possible just so that way I can use Google Maps to get out of the park because I don't know how to get the fuck out of the park. Uh,
There's signs. If you
well,
get
I
okay,
yeah,
wait,
I
wait, wait, wait
probably
a
could have
second.
figured it
Wait a
out, but I
second.
just want to make sure I was going
Wait
the
a
right way.
second. I need to bring this up. There are signs literally everywhere in this park. If you get lost in this park, it's because you're an idiot. There's no way. And I'm not saying that you're an idiot, Lucas,
Oh
but
yeah, no, no.
but there are so many signs. Like it's crazy. Well,
Yeah.
that was a thing that we brought up multiple times throughout the weekend. I was like, if you get lost here, you just got stupid because there's signs everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, continue your
well, my
story.
thought process was like, I want to have the maps because I do want to get home as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's
And
understandable.
also, it's like knowing my luck, I'm going to miss a sign because I was looking out for deer instead of signs. Because again, it's a state park in the middle of the night. I don't want to have a hit a deer there. So
Ain't nobody gonna be able to help you.
yeah, so I was like, just save my phone battery and have maps. I know I can read the signs, but I'd just rather not risk it. Just be absolutely safe, so I can just focus on driving and looking out for any wildlife. And so I get to my truck. I see there's caution tape wrapped in it. I just quickly rip it off and wipe off the window marker Matthew put on the back window that says "I heart big wieners" on it with a little penis drawn on it. So I quickly wipe that off,
uh,
and then I get in my truck, and I'm like, "Do I do it?" Because Matthew left me the caution tape because our plan was him and I were going to do it, but he left early. So
Wait a minute. You're telling me that you guys had this planned
oh yeah,
since the
Matthew and
way?
I've had it planned for like at least 3-4 weeks now. that
What?
we that we were going to wrap your car in caution tape and fill up the back with bumper stickers.
That's
Originally, it was just going to be we were going to fill up the entire back half of your car with bumper stickers, but he couldn't buy the bumper stickers in time, so it was just my bumper stickers I bought. And I'm
that.
like, it'll be a funny story. Why not? So I get in my truck and I drive back to the campsite and I turn off the headlights like as soon as I pull up and I turn the truck off, get out. I see the flashlight out on the picnic table is still on under the canopy.
Of
So I
course it is.
grab that.
That was my
So I
flashlight.
so I grab it and use that to light to slap on the bumper stickers. And I'm slapping on these bumper stickers. There's like 10, there was 10 in the pack. And then I
Um,
wrap his car in caution tape. And by myself, it takes probably about 15-20 minutes to do. Um, and as soon as I get done with wrapping his car in the caution tape, it starts pouring down the rain heavily. So I quickly pick up all the trash because I don't want litter. And then I drive home. And I make it home safely. And as I'm laying in
yeah.
bed, I put
What time did you get home?
about 2 in the morning.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I get home at 2 in the morning. I find the front door's locked, so I have to go around. So I have to go around back onto my mom's little deck porch thing and get into my room through that door because I always leave that door unlocked in case I ever need to get into the house because I'm leaving from somewhere earlier in the middle of the night and mom locks the front door. So yeah. And I think I forgot to preface all the bumper stickers was like very gay bumper stickers with like driver is gay, I heart golden showers,
I
I
heard.
don't have
I
a
love
gag reflex,
pegging. All
hashtag
this.
throat goat.
Yeah, it's
It was
ridiculous.
just like driver is gay basically is all the bumper stickers. So yeah, that was funny. And then I post on my story once I lay down a picture of Braxton falling asleep and tag him in it to throw him off early in the morning.
So, yeah, okay. So you ready for the reaction?
Yeah, this is the Braxton POV now.
Okay, so I want to preface this by I did fall asleep at 10:30. I passed out. Last thing I remember is that Lucas was sitting in between me and Ethan because I have a huge tent that we had set up 12 to 14 person tent. The last thing I remember is I was eating these pretzels, but I stopped because Lucas was sitting on the pretzels. The pretzels were basically up his butt. They
I didn't even know they were there.
I know. I was so disappointed because I love those pretzels. And you were sitting on them, and I was like, I don't want to eat this anymore. And then I fell asleep because I was very tired. And then so goes on. 4 in the morning. I was dead asleep, and all of a sudden, then I was awake. I was lying on my back. All of a sudden, I was awake. And I opened my eyes just in time to see the corner of the tent collapsing on my face.
I didn't even know anything happened.
I know. This is why I went back so far. So, I like my immediate reaction is throw my hands up and push the tent thing back up, and it goes right back up, and I'm freaking out because I'm thinking like an animal has just jumped at our tent and like hit the wall and like knocked it over or something, or like a tree has fallen or something. I'm freaking out, and I'm like, Ethan, oh my gosh, Ethan! And Ethan like sits up and he's like, huh? I was like, the wall just collapsed, and I like it just fell over and everything, and I'm in full like panic, like alarm mode, and Ethan didn't see the wall fall down and I pushed it back up immediately. I thought because he just went laid back down because he didn't see anything wrong. And I thought at the time I thought he thought I was just like sleeping, like I was just making it up, yeah, or something like that. I was just going crazy. And like our friend Bobby was in the tent also, and he was like, "What's happening?" I was like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Huh?" And then he just lays back down, and goes like to sleep. So both people in my tent have gone back to sleep. So I'm sitting there for like 30 minutes, like, well, do I try and go back to bed or what do I do now? Like, super like my heart is pounding because literally, if you we just came crashing down. It was nuts. But so then I eventually like moved my sleeping bag over a little bit with my blanket and stuff, and I went back to sleep. And I probably slept about like an hour and a half to 2 hours, something like that. And so I woke up again, and I look over to my left to see the tent falling over again. And I'm like, ah, what the heck? And like I turn and I wake Ethan up again this time. I don't push it back up immediately, and I'm like, look, see, it's doing it again. And he's like, what do you want me to do about it? And like I went over and I pushed it back up, and it was fine again. And he's like, well, whatever. And he went and he just rolled over and went back to bed. So I'm like, what is happening? And I'm totally freaking out. And it's at that time that I'm like, man, I really need to go to the bathroom. But it's still dark outside. Plus it's raining. So I was like, I'll just wait till it's light. So I do end up going back to sleep. And I wake up. It's like 7:50, 8 o'clock-ish. 2 hours,
I think it was
4
about
hours.
8 o'clock when I got your message because I woke up at like 8.
No, it wouldn't have been.
Check your message because whenever you messaged me, it was like 5 minutes later when I woke up and texted you back.
Yeah, but so finally it's like 8 o'clock, and I really got to go to the bathroom now. So what is this? What? What? Okay, give me a second. There's
Well,
something happened. Okay, cool. Anyway, where's Lucas? There he is.
oh, it's about 11.
Yeah, it's a little bit afterwards. So
It's almost 12 o'clock when you message me.
yeah, okay, yeah, but you're skipping ahead, way ahead in the story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's 8 o'clock. It's still kind of raining outside. So I put on my shoes. I put on my jacket, and I was wearing a sweatshirt, but I put on a jacket over. Or no, I didn't. That's a lie. I didn't even put on my jacket. I did put on my gloves. I did have a pair of gloves that I bought at Walmart before I went camping, and I put on my gloves. And I step out of the tent, and one of the first things I notice is that my car is covered in caution tape. And so I'm like, oh my god, whatever. And I just walk away, and I'm just like, I just think it's covered in caution tape. And I'm at that point, I'm not even trying to think of like who the heck did that. Like,
Yeah.
so
Pretty
I
obvious, but
well, okay, it's not that obvious as you think. Okay,
oh,
so
okay.
because another thing that happened. So this adds a detail to the story. I promise. That first time that the tent like collapsed on me, like collapsed on top of me, I ended up asking Ethan like, "Hey, where's Lucas at?" Because you weren't there, and he's like, "I think he left." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then he rolled over and back to sleep. Anyway, fast back forward to where I was. So I went to the bathroom, and I'm coming back, and I'm walking or whatever, just walking along, and it's still kind of raining. Got my gloves on, and I look up, and I see that the back of my car is covered in gay bumper stickers, and I'm like, what the fuck? What? Huh? And at this point, I'm starting to realize that my car has been 100% ambushed. I've been pranked. There were so many, and so I immediately just start tearing them off. I just start taking them off, and once I've got those, I ball them up or whatever, and then I start going around and I'm taking the caution tape off, and then I get around to the driver's side, and on the driver's window, there is another gay bumper sticker. So I ripped that one off, and I'm like, okay, and now I had to do like a deep search of my car, and I'm looking around, checking, making sure every inch of my car is
Did
there's
you get
nothing
the
else
one on
wrong
the
with it.
roof?
On the roof.
Yeah, did you get the one on the roof I put?
There's one on the roof.
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
Oh, I was gonna say because if you did, it's still there because I did not check that. Now I want to go look at my van just to make sure.
Am I fucking with you or am I not?
I know I can never tell. So, yeah, no one else saw that except me because
Yeah.
I had it all taken off because everyone else was still in bed.
I'm glad I took photos of it before I left.
Yeah, because nobody else would have seen it that.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
took photos of it and sent it to Matthew and Christian first.
but I took those bumper stickers off and I tossed them into the fire ring, and no one saw those bumper stickers because I burned them. And I made breakfast and stuff, and everything. And it's still raining. I have the canopy over the fire, and I'm cooking breakfast and everything for the other guys. And I'm scrolling on my phone, and because I'm just kind of sitting there, and I see that I've been tagged in a story, and I was like, "What the heck?" So like I open it, and it is the number one worst picture someone could have ever taken of me. I am dead asleep. My hair is like kind of greasy because I hadn't taken a shower in a day because I'm camping. I am totally out. I am out 100%. My little beard I've got going is all messed up, and I'm like making a weird face. But you can tell I am completely 100% asleep.
I'm
And
surprised you didn't wake up because I used the flash to take that photo too.
I
I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go all the way. I flash and all.
dude, I work an 8-hour job in a factory 5 days a week. I have to get up at 4:30 every morning. Every chance that you give me to sleep, I will sleep. And I was really tired, just from everything in general. I hadn't slept. I didn't sleep good the first night, because my pillows kept moving, and that kept like waking me up. So when I went to sleep that night, I was very, very tired. And yeah, there was no waking me up unless you're a tent falling over at 4 a.m. Um, But yeah, so I text Lucas apparently at 11:53, I believe is what it said, and I was like, "Bruh," and he's like, "Have you looked at your car?" And I, what what is the specific thing that I said? Where did I just put my phone? Oh, there it
Hold on, I got it. I got it. I got it pulled up right here. You you proceed to say after I say, "Have you looked at your car?" I burned it all. I just reply, "LOL."
Yeah. The only thing that was left from that was the caution tape. I didn't want to put the caution tape in there because of all the plasticky stuff, but I figured that burning the bumper stickers would be fine. But yeah, that was I couldn't believe that. Like I didn't even notice. Like I said, the only thing I noticed when I came out of the tent was was the um, um um, was the caution tape,
Mhm.
and yeah, I didn't see anything until I came back from the bathroom, and I was like, what the heck? What? My poor car. But yeah, that was nuts. And
So,
it was miserably cold and rainy the rest of the day, and we packed up and everything, and
yeah.
yeah.
You said it wasn't immediately obvious who it was at first, though.
Oh
So,
yeah. So
so I want to know what your thought process was of it.
as I was taking everything off, I'm like, I'm super confused because first of all, in my brain, I'm like, well, Lucas left. It was pouring down rain. He had to walk back to his truck in the pouring rain carrying his pillow, blanket, and that doll thing he had. And that's funny to me just in general. You walking. I didn't even know that you didn't have a flashlight. That makes it even more funny.
Yeah. Yeah, and I walked back in complete pitch dark, and a little plushie right under my pillow to keep the rain from getting the plushie wet. Because I don't know if it's machine washable too. Plus, it's like a little collector's item thingy,
Yeah.
so it's like I really don't want to get it ruined.
Yeah. But yeah, so my brain was like, did Chris and Matthew come back? Did somebody else at the like I was still slightly asleep, so my brain was like running through the most obscene things like did Sebastian and like Robin and Bobby and Ethan do that? Because I fell asleep first. You guys could have done anything. Literally, you could have drawn on my face and I probably wouldn't have woken up.
That's the next plan.
Do not draw on my face. Please do not draw
There
on
are
my face.
going to be photorealistic penises on your face.
No. Dude, I have to
I'm
go to
going to
work.
trace
Do
an
not draw on
outline.
my face.
I'm going to trace an outline of mine on your face.
Ooh. But yeah, my like one of my what the main thoughts are like, I don't think Lucas did this. That was at first. And I was like,
Let's go. Immediately cleared of all suspicion.
well, okay, but in my mind, you were innocent, okay, until I saw your story. But but like I was like, did Chris and Matthew come back? Like that doesn't seem possible. And like I legitimately I thought that Sebastian, Robin, Bobby, and Ethan had done that to my car at first. That was like my first thing, and I was like, it's whatever, I guess. Like it didn't really affect me. I just had to clean it all up and everything, but it was it was more of like, what the heck happened to my car? So yeah, it was interesting.
Next time you go camping, you wake up the next morning. I'm gone. I left in the middle of the night again, and all your wheels are gone. Your car's just on cinder blocks.
No. And there's just a
I,
treasure. There's just a
I,
treasure map. I have laid your
yeah.
tires
I
all around the
put
campground. You must
the
find them.
four wheels are scattered all across the trails. You must dig up the X's and find them. The but the trick is there is no X for the fourth and final wheel. I just have it.
I would be so mad. I would be so incredibly mad. uh, but yeah, that was the weekend, and we had to tell that little story. But that's not what we're here for. I have a very, very, very important update for the entire Podcast Nation family. And this almost legitimately brought me to
We're
tears.
launching merch.
No,
Oh wait,
not
no,
yet.
that's next week.
Next week? Oh my gosh. Please, please give me a break between massive discoveries. Anyway, so
This discovery is I made it the fuck up.
so in the last episode, if you guys listened to that, which if you didn't, you should. It was a really great episode. It's really disappointing that we lost a lot of that footage because of technology issues. But at near the end of the podcast episode, I started talking about a whole bunch of like, oh, I wish we had all these old episodes that we recorded and everything. Like, because we recorded a bunch. We had a bunch of stuff. Podcast Nation was something not totally different, but it was a different animal. And there was a lot of funny things and a lot of stuff that happened that I wish I could go back and listen to. And I wish that other people could listen to, too. And there was something, I think it was Ethan that said, like, John, Spotify, please let us have our episodes back and everything. And so this is happening, I think, Wednesday of last week.
Yeah,
I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening to the episode. I'm listening to that episode, which I usually do. I usually listen back to our episodes to see how they sound and everything, and see if there's something that I need to change.
I've been avoiding it just because I don't want to cringe at my voice, but I'm also used to listening to my voice in recordings through Heartland video editing and stuff, so it's like,
Yeah.
I'll probably save them for a rainy day or a slow day at work.
Yeah. So yeah, I've gotten used to my voice because of recording like music and stuff. Because I'm a vocalist, I have to listen to my voice all the time. So I usually listen back, and this got me thinking. And I was like, what if there is a way for me to reach out to Spotify to like see if they can have those episodes? And I will bring this up. In the farthest reaches of my mind, there's a thing like, those were a lot of episodes. If they don't have them, could I sue them because they lost my footage? That did pop up at one time. But we're not going to talk about that anymore because I love Spotify. John Spotify, please don't hate me. I love you so much. This podcast would be nothing without you, John Spotify. I might wash your balls. Who knows? Anyway.
We leave that to Matthew. He's the professional.
Yeah. I'll have Matthew wash your balls, John Spotify. Don't you worry.
That'll be the first item of merch we launch is Matthew come wash my balls. And it's just 2 beach balls and a bar of soap.
Or the Dyke of Deedsville shirt.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I had to go to the laundromat to wash my clothes, which is not a story that I'm not going to talk about the laundromat. Anyway, got my laundry.
You're washing your balls at the laundromat?
No, wash my clothes because I didn't have anything to wear for the camp out. I had no clothes left that were clean, so I had to do some laundry. And so I was sitting at the laundromat. Ethan's with me, and so first of all, I asked ChatGPT, and I type in a very specific question. Actually, I probably pull that question up. Give me a second. Where? Whoa, it's really bright. There it is. I'm not going to share my screen, but I will pull it up and read off what I typed in. Move that over here. Please get out of here. I just want to... Oh my gosh, I'm about to sneeze. But, so I typed in, so I have a problem. I have a podcast, and I used the app Spotify, and I use the app Spotify for podcasters, which is what it's called now, to post episodes. At one point, this app was called Anchor, which it was. The original app was called Anchor. A little bit of history of how long I've been doing this. And you could record in the app. Anyway, I had a bunch of episodes that I had recorded that hadn't been released and were just sitting on the app. Well, when the app switched from being anchored to Spotify for podcasters, those files disappeared and were no longer there. My question is there any possible way for me to get those recordings back? And basically, it it just gave me, it re-said my question, and oh my gosh. Wow. If I had literally just read the thing, the first thing that it said, I wouldn't have had to do all this other stuff. Wow.
Damn, so you made it harder for yourself?
I did. So what ended up happening is one of the options it said was contact the customer support, or like it said Spotify for podcasters support, and I actually followed the link there, and it connected me with an AI, and it was like, we'll use the AI until the AI is stumped, and then we'll connect you with a human. And so I put my question into AI, and it literally took 2 messages before I was talking to a human. Um, and so this person, I think their name was Lily Summers or something like that. I don't know.
Not important.
Extremely helpful person, which I would like to do a quick shout out to the customer support for Spotify. Amazing. Extremely helpful. It was very, very nice. So I'm talking to them and I'm explaining the situation or whatever, and they're guiding me through a thing. And at first I'm confused because they're like, go to your settings, and you should see this thing here, and then click that. And I'm opening the app, like the actual Spotify for podcasters app, or yeah.
It says Spotify.
Well, they said go to that. So I went to it and I was looking at the app and I'm like, I'm not seeing this. And I took a screenshot to send them, and they were like, oh, I'm so sorry. I go to the website. And so I do. I go to the website and they're guiding me through this thing, and I'm like, I find this, and it's at this moment that I find all of the old episodes. All of them were there, all the recordings, everything. Now, they're not labeled as they were published because they were taken down at one point. So it's all the audio recordings that are just kind of labeled whatever at that point I labeled them. Why is my phone going nuts? Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot that was happening. Anyway, but yeah, so Podcast Nation has all the old episodes now. Also, it literally said what Spotify customer support told me to do is literally the first thing that ChatGPT told me to do. Try these recovery steps. Check the web dashboard. Log in with the same account you used for Anchor, then look under episode, drafts, and library. Sometimes the missing audio files appear there, but not in the app. Which is correct. That's exactly what they told me to do. And now going back, I feel really stupid. But yeah. So now, I have to go through, and I have to piece together every Podcast Nation episode that we recorded. And this dates all the way back to the summer before we were freshmen. So 2020,
High school.
yeah, 2021.
Yeah, 2021
Late,
to 2025.
yeah. Well, yeah, technically, I guess, yeah.
2021 to 2022.
21. It's 2021 to 2024, I believe.
Oh yeah, because
With-
senior year we just didn't do any.
Yeah, but so yeah, like we have all those other episodes, and I'm gonna have to go through, piece them together, and I'm gonna post them on the podcast thing. I just have to go through, and it's the long process of putting them all together and editing them. Excuse me, because. Okay. Lucas should muted himself.
Sorry, I'm back. My brother just came in.
Okay. But so yeah, I'm excited for that. I get to post all the old episodes. I have to find, because I cannot find it anywhere. I have to find Season 2, the people, the art for that, because apparently nobody saved it at all. Because I have season 1, I have season 3, I do not have season 2. And we didn't really have a season 4.
This kind of is our season 4.
This it
We
does
took a gap year to focus on school.
well. I'm not gonna lie to the people. Our friend group has gone through a lot of different situations and everything,
Yeah,
and
that too.
arguments and stuff. And so at times it was difficult to record because of the situations happening, which is one of the reasons that the episodes got taken down in the first place. But so,
Uh,
but yeah,
Focusing on school and also just because we sometimes can't get along.
yeah. So, but yeah, all the old episodes will eventually be published on Spotify. I At one point I'm just gonna sit down, probably this weekend. I'm just gonna sit down and I'm just gonna download them all onto this computer and get it like an audio editor, because okay, for those who don't know, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna explain the process of recording with Anchor, the original like version of Spotify for, it's not even called podcasters, it's Spotify for creators, I believe is what, yeah, Spotify for creators or podcasters. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, so back in the old days of 2021, you could record in app, and you could only record up, I think you could only record up to 2 hours per recording session.
It was
But
either like
it was,
it was an hour and then it would cut off and then you'd have to do a second.
oh yeah, that is right. And that was the whole thing, because we would do recordings, but then we would do 2 of them. And the app at the time would allow you to put however many audio recordings and then arrange them that you wanted, and that was your episode. So we had our own like Podcast Nation ads of how you could reach out to us and like comment and send us emails and everything, which that email still exists. That's how we log into this account and everything. But
I don't think we
yeah,
ever got anything sent to us though.
no, we didn't
Yeah.
ever. But yeah, and all that stuff's there. So I'm gonna post it, and we will have so many episodes. Now, fair warning.
A lot more racist.
Well, I don't know. Might be the same amount, but
Yeah.
but
We haven't really
well,
even changed all
that's
that
not.
much. We've been pretty stagnant.
But I will say, the recording, like the audio, we were using a lav mic in the beginning, and this is the same lav mic that cursed the E&B talk show at the beginning too, because it wasn't good and it would break up audio and stuff. So the the first 4 episodes that I've listened to, because I downloaded some onto my phone just to like listen to them and see how, like, relive the memories. Some of the audio is broken up. I don't know how far that goes and when we stopped using that lav mic, but I wish we'd never used that lav mic. But other than that, there's still a lot there. So you'll have to bear through some bad audio quality of some episodes. But I'm definitely super excited to relive the past and get all these posted. And there's going to be so many. And so once all this is posted, I'm going to go through and relabel all of the episodes. So we have technically this is season 1 for us, but it's chronologically it's actually season like 4 or 5.
Yeah. It's like we're basically doing a reboot of the entire thing, so it's going to be very similar to all the old episodes, but then like after that year break where we had school and we also just were having problems within the friend groups.
Yeah.
We just didn't do anything for a year. We're kind of starting back from scratch where it's still going to be really similar. It's also going to be hopefully it's going to be produced a lot better, and it's going to be a lot higher quality, and then
Well, I don't know about
also
that. The
also a
qual-
little more mature.
mm, mm,
Somewhat.
let me
There's still going
remind
to be
you that the
things.
outburst of the Dyke of Deedsville was said in an episode not so long ago.
Yeah.
I don't know how much mature it's gonna get, but
Like I said, it's still going to be about the same humor and stuff, but it's
yeah,
also like we're also adults, so we're now going to be start tackling like adult problems, like working, college, stuff like
yeah.
that.
So, but yeah, once I get all these episodes posted, I'm gonna go through and label all the episodes correctly. So, season one will actually be season one, and these episodes will probably end up being either season four or season five, depending on how many episodes. Because I know we recorded 3 seasons completely. Season one was the beginning of the podcast. Season two was we had a special guest every episode. Season three was we had a new game to play for every episode. Season four, which I found actual pictures, was supposed to be a Did You Know? And that was kind of like in the middle of a very bad. Whoa, that was loud. Weird that notification. That was in the middle of a really bad time for the friend group. And then try to do kind of a reboot, which you can still see some of the. I think you can still. I don't know. It might not be. Oh, I can't really. Here, let me look at my phone real quick.
We're having a
But
lot of rough patches last year
yeah.
that we all needed to sort through.
But but yeah, so there was a thing where that I did where it was called The Boys Are Back, and it was basically just trying to recapture the podcast. I don't know if. Oh wow. So no, that is not even there anymore. But there is a thing called the podcast update. I for some reason labeled it as a trailer. It's 49 seconds long, but you see there that it's Podcast Nation together again, which was at a point where we were we were taking a couple steps forward to get back to that. And then we ended up taking like 10 steps back and not doing that. But that was actually before the Boys Are Back, which this one's like purpley and black and blue. That one was pink and yellow. Um, and then you have the latest iteration of the podcast logo, which is back in business. And that's what we are. We are back in business. We're recording episodes. We're putting them out there. We're doing great. We're having lots of fun. I've just found all these old episodes, which I legitimately almost cried when I found them, because I legit thought because there are a lot of episodes. There's a very specific episode that I thought I would never be able to listen to again, and that's the episode with. Technically, you still can't even listen to that because
Yeah.
if you remember the actual recording of that, my phone or the app actually updated and we lost that recording. But my other phone that I have, the older one, was recording in like the other room, which was connected because it was super open, and you can actually hear us playing the game. So eventually, once I get to that episode and I start editing,
I think I say we do a reshoot of that episode. We go back and play the game because we only ever played it once, and I haven't played it.
I say I would love to play that game again. I also just bought a new game today.
I was gonna say
Uh,
I don't know how long we'll be doing the back end business stuff. Probably for at least
yeah, so I
yeah.
counted the episodes. We're up to, if you include the in-betweener episodes, let me
Yeah.
pull
We
that
kind of
back
gotta
up.
find like an episode limit where we cut things off and go to the
I
next.
think we did 15 episodes. Please get out of here. One, two. Well, actually, one, two.
Also, the question is, are we ever going to be counting the in betweener episodes per season as like
So
episodes?
if we include, well, crap. Now I forgot what I counted. So if we include the in-betweener episodes and we don't include the first two, Back in the Saddle Again and Cows and Hogs and the podcast update, there are 9 episodes in this season, which I think we should include the in-betweener episodes.
Yeah, for the seasons.
Yeah.
But the in-betweener episodes are also never going to really change because, again, they're just kind of like little life updates and just like, what's currently going on rather than like
Yeah.
the podcast where it's like we usually have something we're already preemptively going to discuss about or talk about.
Yeah. So there's 9 episodes if you include the in-betweener episodes. And so this one will be 10. So what we could do is, because we originally, what we would do, I think we would just go to 15.
Yeah.
As a season. Because it was either like 15 or 30 was like the recommended thing. Like you can either do 15 episodes per season or 30. Or some people do it by like, we've been doing this for a year, and year 1 this was that. But I think we did 15, and so we're 5 episodes away technically from this season ending and going on to a new season.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure out like what the whole branding for the next season is going to be like.
Which we can talk about that tomorrow when we have.
Because I remember we came after like halfway through season 1 or towards the latter end of season 1. I was like, man, we're just kind of doing the same things over and over again.
Well,
it's like just the same concept. Sure, we talk about different things, but it was like the same concept. So I kind of approached a group and I was like, hey guys, what if we do like seasons like how in like TV shows and stuff, dude? And like
that's specifically what you said. I remember that.
Yeah, and I was like, what if we do something like where the whole like niche or the shtick of a season like dictates how we do the podcast? And I already have like a pretty good idea. What if we do like Podcastination Better with Friends or Podcastination with Friends?
We ended up calling it Podcastination Season 2 People.
Yeah, and we try to get like one new person on the podcast, or even if it's like repeat people, it's still other people on the podcast other than.
And we did a really good job at that. Like,
yeah, we did.
Like it's a good thing we were still in school, but
yeah,
like
that made things a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, but it was really like. I remember doing that. I remember that specific time and having a different person, and we had a lot of different people. Like we had Elsie Heilman, Jeremy. We had Jason Phillips from Africa.
Yeah,
his father's a missionary. Yeah, so he was there for that year, and then he moved back to Africa. But it was really cool to go through and like do that with all those people. I believe one of my favorite episodes that I thought I was never going to be able to listen to ever again, I recorded with Ethan and I, and it was my second oldest brother, Brady, and Ethan's brother, Lonnie, Cloudy Skies, which we had on earlier this month. This month.
Our zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, the Zomblet.
Survived the Zomblet.
Yeah.
The zombie omelet.
Yeah. The zombified omelet. Anyway. But yeah, so I wanted to let everybody know this amazing discovery that I've made about finding all these episodes and being able to download them and like edit them and be able to release them back onto the thing. So it'll be a while before they're back out there, because I want to do like I don't want to just release them one at a time. I want to do like a mega release, or like schedule like one for every day. Like, yeah. So like do it like kind of like season. What do you say?
Oh, I'm just laughing. I'm looking at Instagram as you're kind of talking. And fucking my buddy sent me a post, and it was like a photo of a laptop, and it said Chapter 6 Unemployment, and it was just captioned, I can take it from here, teach.
But yeah, so but yeah, I'll probably do it like by season. So what I'll do is like season 1, once I get all those episodes edited and like finished and everything, I'll release those within so and so. So it'll realistically, before it'll probably be 2026 before all those episodes are released, unless I lock in on the weekends and I'm just like absolutely
Yeah.
crushing it. But I say
Like
this week,
any free chance you get.
yeah. Which during the week I don't feel like doing anything. I have a license plate that I need to put on. I still haven't done that yet. I've had it for like
Yeah.
a week and a half now, and I need to put that on my car.
Yeah.
But it's very hard for me to do anything or anything at all after work because I'm just so tired. Like I legit forgot that I'd said that I wanted to do this. So when you texted me, I was sitting in my living room with a blanket like wrapped around me, watching something on my phone, all comfortable and everything. And you were like, "So when do you want to do this?" I was like, "Oh crap, I forgot."
Yeah, so yeah, the most you do outside of work is, at least as far as I know, is like your guys' band practice, and then just coming over to my house like every Tuesday or so to record some podcastination.
Yeah, that's about it. I would say this weekend is like my first weekend free that I've had in like almost 2 to 3 weeks. So my plan is to clean my room because I have a bunch of trash and everything from
Oh my
food
fucking
trash.
next week, dude, for work, I looked at my schedule. It's so fucking weird. Like, I work from Wednesday to Saturday this week.
Mm-hmm.
I get Sunday off. I work Monday, but it's from 10 to 2. And then I get Tuesday off. And then I work Wednesday from 7:30 to 1. And then
7:30
it's just
a.m.
so, yeah, 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like I do the opening shift, but it's like barely short enough so I don't get a lunch break. I don't even get why they're sending me in for 4 fucking hours Monday though. It makes no sense to me. Like, at that point, just give me Sunday and Monday off, and I'll come in Tuesday and work. Hell,
So
give me Tuesday off too.
so are you working part time?
Yes, I'm technically part time
So
still,
that's
but
why you can only work so many hours a week before it's
yeah,
not
I know.
considered because that you can
Yeah,
only
it's
work so
under
many hours a
40
week that they
hours.
can pay you um, part time until it's considered like full time or whatever.
Yeah, it's anything. It like I can work a bare minimum of under 40 hours for me to be considered part time. So they can literally have me come in and work like 39 hours in a week, and I'd still only be part time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my
What a
plan
lucky
though is
person.
probably after Christmas, see about moving into a full time position up until summer. Up until summer where I'll quit, travel a little bit, and then go to college.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a different episode because
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
there's a bunch like you said that before in a different episode that I listened to, and I wanted to bring it back up because there were some questions I wanted to ask you, but we'll get to that in a different episode. This one went a lot longer than I thought it was going to. We took about 30 minutes just telling that story in the beginning, and it was almost an hour. I'm super happy.
yeah.
I'm so excited that
I honestly
to tell
thought
everybody.
it would be like over in like 30, 45 minutes, and somehow just the two of us yapping has dragged
Yeah.
it on to almost an
Oh yeah, I
hour.
don't even know if I said that at the beginning. I mentioned that this was a historical episode.
Yeah, you
I think
did.
I did.
That's when I said I'm bombing Paris.
Yeah, but yeah, this is the first ever, like ever because original Podcast Nation had a rule that we couldn't record without having three of the main hosts there. But
And we still do have that rule. The only reason why we're breaking
yeah,
it for this episode is just because we really wanted to get that announcement out
oh
of
yeah,
the old episodes coming back. And then also, it was just kind of like also me pranking Braxton. Like, that was a good story in and of itself.
yes, I wanted to hear that story really badly. Because,
Yeah.
dude, I thought because I got on my I got on my podcast. I got on my PlayStation yesterday, hoping that you would invite me to a party,
Yeah.
but it never happened. So I was
Yeah,
because I was really hoping.
I think I was Oh fuck, what was I doing? No, I was playing Rivals last
Yeah,
night.
so you were playing Rivals. I saw you playing.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
that game still has me by the balls almost a year later. Almost an entire calendar year later, and that game still has me by the balls.
I'm gonna say I play it. I have a ton of video games, like on my PlayStation, and then I have a handful on my computer. The only
You're
game
just
I
on like maybe once a month though.
well, not really. I'm usually on once a week. The only game that I ever play is WWE 2K25.
Yeah.
I put so much time into that game. I was playing it today because I didn't have anything going on. I usually do my laundry today, but I kind of want to change it to like a Friday or something.
Yeah.
But let's see here. Let's go to my PlayStation app and see how many hours I have in
I mean,
2K25.
I'm on my PlayStation right now, technically. I mean, it's just sitting. I'm just sitting on the home screen. And
I have 134 hours in 2K25. I had over 200 in 2K24 WWE.
shit, that's nothing. I'm looking at Marvel Rivals right now, and I have 702 hours of playtime on that, which you might say that's a lot, but compared to GTA, where I'm at
Yeah.
1,500 hours, that's really not that much. And then, if I were to honestly guesstimate it, I probably have 5,000 hours in Fortnite just between playing on my Nintendo Switch and PlayStation.
Yeah. So I will have to preface this with I like you said, I don't play video games very often, and I never really have. I've gotten through stints where like, oh yeah, like every day like I'll hop on for like a couple hours or something. But I really don't play video games that much. Even though I love playing video games, I don't play them very much. And so having 134 hours, especially just like having 134 hours in 2K25, which came out this year, is impressive. Getting over 200 hours in 2K24 was insane for me because that meant I was actually putting like most of my time was going into those games. So yeah, I love playing those games. They're so much fun. I love building the story. I've really fallen in love with WWE, and yeah, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah. So,
Alright.
you ready to finish this episode out? I'm gonna post this. I'll schedule it for like 7 o'clock or something like that.
Okay. I do
Um,
want to, like, after the recording done, talk with you, maybe shoot, like, some ideas, throw them at the board, see what sticks for, like, a reboot season 2 or something, like, what we kind of want to do with that.
yeah, and we'll
At
talk.
least, vision we want to see with that. Obviously, we're going to have to get the opinions of everyone else, too,
Oh
but, like,
yeah. We'll definitely talk about this tomorrow too. But yeah. So real quick, we'll end the episode and then talk about it. But yeah. So thank you for joining us for this hour and 2 minutes of us two lads just yapping and talking and yeah. I just wait till hear what happens next.
We could honestly go for even longer than just 1 hour
Yeah.
yapping. I seriously doubt people want to listen to just the two of us talk.
Yeah. I like. Honestly, you brought up video games, and I was ready to go on a whole path just with video games.
Yeah,
Like,
I was too, but then I was like, oh, we probably shouldn't.
yeah, I looked at the time and I was like, it's an hour already. I cannot talk about video games. Do not let me go down this path, because I will go on, and it'll,
Do not let me do it.
yeah. Gotta milk the content. Gotta save it for another episode.
Yeah,
But yeah,
gotta milk the cash cow for as long as she's good for.
yeah. But, so yeah, there's, like, honestly, I just love talking with my friends and everything, so this is, to me, this feels like we're just sitting here and just talking, having a grand old time. So, but,
It doesn't work for me. I expect my paycheck to come in.
I-
know the government shutdown has made it hard.
good luck with that, buddy. Yeah, the government has your money, so go get it from the government. The government's got it.
I'm going to have a stern talking to with the IRS after this podcast.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Huh?
We could probably once we get all the old episodes
It's down there
up
under the.
up and
Well,
everything. Um,
just give it back to me whenever you're done. Yep. Okay, sorry, my brother was asking for a charger.
okay. Once we get all the old episodes up and we keep recording and keep releasing new ones too, we can probably get monetized. Because at one point, with the old episodes back in the day, we were really close to reaching the requirement of having to be monetized.
I think we were like 1 or 2 points off of it.
Yeah, we were really close, and I want to build this podcast back up from the ground and make it great again, and
Just
get
so
to
we
that.
can argue and ruin it before we.
No, it's not happening. I'm not going to let it happen. So, keep your ears open to listen to what happens next in the prank wars of 2025. And
It's season 2, the prank wars.
I hope not. I don't know if I could.
I will dominate that season. I am a rat bastard.
Yeah. Yeah, just you wait. Anyway, I've already been thinking of ideas. Anyway, and keep your ears open for all the older episodes to be released. Like I said, it's going to take some time. It's a lot of audio to go through. Right now, I think I'm looking at almost over 50 episodes, technically, if I did my math right, because if each season was 15 episodes, that's 45, plus there's extra episodes in there. So that's over 50 episodes with a lot of hours. So it'll take me a little bit.
I'd say.
What?
I'd say that's about 1 or 2 hours, give or take.
What?
I'd say that's about 1 or 2 hours of listening with all those episodes, give or take.
Only 1 or 2 with all 50? With over 50?
Yeah, something like that.
I think it's a lot more than that. Our early episodes, our early episodes were about like 30 minutes to 45 minutes each. But as it goes on, I think we got longer. Well, I don't know, maybe. It's just going to take time. That's all I'm saying. But keep your ears open. Keep your eyes open to see when new things follow. Like the podcast. Comment. Give us podcast topics. We will... If anybody ever puts like this is just a topic, we will 100% do it, because that's you as a fan reaching out to us, telling us what you want. So we'll do it.
Unless it's dumb.
What?
Nah, I'm just kidding.
What did you say?
I said unless it's something dumb.
Oh.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear
My
me?
Wi-Fi's taking a little bit of a hit, but yeah, I got the gist of what you were saying. Yeah.
Unless it's something dumb, in which case, no.
No, it doesn't matter.
Just kidding.
Hey,
We'll always do the dumbest things.
even if it's just an in-betweener episode, like if it's like we just do a mini section of it, we will 100% do it.
Yeah.
But hey, you can never leave anything out. I looked up Mr. Hands and One Man, One Jar. You can't leave
All in
anything
one
out.
episode.
All in
Still
one
drink
episode.
Vitamin to 2 girls, 1 cup.
It's not happening. It's not happening yet. Anyway, thank you for listening.
I'll
I've been
create
Rex.
a fake email just to send in a request for you to watch 2 girls, 1 cup.
No, I'll know it's you. Look. Anyway, thank you for listening. I've been Braxton Manning.
Who am I?
This is Lucas Floyd.
I'm Lucas, whatever. Dumbass 3.
Where's Dumbass 2?
That's Matthew.
Oh, okay.
You want to take guess who's dumbass one?
Me?
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah. I'm the number one. I'm the best dumbass. Anyway.
I'm more retarded than you. Eat shit.
I have the most autism. Anyway.
Autism's my superpower, and unfortunately, my kryptonite.
Just remember that we podcast so that you can procrastinate and listen to us. Thank you for listening, and until next time, Yaba Yos.